Oh man, you know AB, about billions, antique battleships. Broner says he'll fuck up Shawn Porter at 147. Stay tuned. Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops.
Mikey Garcia, a number of people said,
I'll fuck Shawn Porter up. If Shawn Porter want to fight, I'll fuck him up, man. If Kenny and his daddy want to fight, I will fuck him up. I will stop this Mickey fight and go to 47 and fuck him up, man.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel if you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, hit that bell icon. Now, a lot going on in the sport of boxing. Broner Garcia is about a month away. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's an excellent card in New York. I've been out to New York, covered a fight at the Barclays, covered one at the Garden. Great atmosphere for boxing, and Broner Garcia should deliver as the main event. I just did a video about the undercard. They just added 2 heavyweights, heavyweight action. Gerald Big Baby Miller versus Gerald Washington, which is an excellent addition. You also had the #1 and #2 ranked WBC guys at middleweight going at it, and that's Jermall Charlo, who just moved up to the division, versus Jorge Sebastian Highland, who's been ranked #1 for a while, and they're doing an eliminator. Showtime does it again, great card. And Showtime Sports, shout out to them. Link is in the description. I just watched the interview, Brian Custer with Adrien Broner, and it's like a preview show. It's just like an intimate one-on-one. They're just in little director's chairs and talking boxing. Link is in the description. Check it out. And I want to talk about the portion where he was talking about Shawn Porter. That he talked a bit about the Maidana. I'll probably make a separate video about that. But he's talking about his upcoming fight. And he says he's bringing it back to the roots, going back to Colorado. He says even his loss to Maidana, he was training out there, and it's the best work for him. And I told you guys this, in my opinion, this was a good move because he's done it before. And Broner seems to be, I don't know him personally and have his phone number and stuff, but he seems to me that he can be easily distracted with outside distractions. So him getting away from the maddening crowd, the regulars at, Cincinnati and Cleveland, all these areas that he knows probably so well, I think it's a good look for him. He needs to really focus because Mikey Garcia is no joke. And I mean, he's no joke when he's fully focused. That's why I want to see this fight. But he talks about his losses. He said even in the Maidana fight, I was able to finish strong, and I think I could have won that fight had I not fought with my heart, right? He also talks about his Shawn Porter loss. And the funny thing about Broner, he almost seems bipolar at times, because it reminds me of The Game when he was beefing with 50 Cent. Like, The Game will be like, man, you not. Yeah, fuck 50 nigga on Pyro Cedar. Like, you know what I mean? And he's dissing him. And then he'll say, I'm trying to squash the beef, maybe reunite and do a G-Unit album. And then he'll come back and he'll be like, yeah, 50, see me with gloves on Pyro. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? Where did that come from? And this is how Broner did in the interview. The whole interview is very quaint, chill. I don't even think they have background music playing, like an instrumental or nothing. Brian Custer's asking him questions, and he just looks real relaxed. He's talking. Obviously, they filmed it the day they did that press conference in New York because they had the same attire on, same haircut and all that. And he's just chilling. He's just talking, yeah, I beat myself and blah, blah, blah. And they got to Shawn Porter, and he was like, yeah, all that bull crap Shawn Porter was doing, like basically that rugged stuff, all that rugged bull crap. He's basically, his point was, people when they fight me, they don't fight how they normally do, which he might have a point. The way he was describing it, I understand what he's talking about. He says when Shawn Porter blew through Paulie Malignaggi, he didn't fight me with that way. He knew he had to have a different approach. But I definitely seen it in the Adrien Granados because I was in Cincinnati. I went to the actual fight and covered it as media. But you watch the early rounds with Granados. Granados used his height in range, and he was actually getting on his toes in boxing, which I didn't even know he could do that. That's how I know what Broner is talking about, at least with Granados, is actually legit, because Granados was trying to outbox Broner. He wasn't just head on, like coming at him like he was doing, like he was mad aggressive with Granados. You know what I mean? That's why he got knocked down in that fight. And then he just put too much pressure on him, but he chose to box a bit more. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Golovkin, when he gets in there with the big puncher, he don't fight this whole, hey, no, Mexican style and all that. He's fighting and working behind the jab, which is smart. You have to vary your attack per who you're in there with. I mean, it'd be stupid, but you have to call a spade a spade. So I understand what Broner's talking about. Guys do seem to fight, except for Maidana. Maidana fought him, in my opinion, the way he fights everybody, which is awkward as hell. Power, tough, relentless, you know what I mean? But I understand what he's talking about, definitely with the Granado situation and a bit with the Porter situation. But in the middle of this interview, out of nowhere, he was like, I needed that loss to Shawn Porter. And they start moving on with the conversation. And he said, I'll fuck Shawn Porter up. Like, out of nowhere. I was like, what? Like, you have Tourette's. Like, he just randomly said, I'll fuck Shawn Porter up. I'll go up to 147. He said, Porter, Kenny, if y'all watching this, I'll fuck Shawn Porter up. So it's around the 5-minute mark, I want to say, in this. Just check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, Shawn Porter has done good things since the Broner fight and since his losses. Like, even the Keith Thurman loss was, some people thought he won the fight. So I actually wouldn't mind watching that fight at 147. But obviously, Broner has to get past Mikey Garcia, because if you lose to a guy coming up, then that's going to dampen the desire for people to want to see Shawn Porter. But if you get past Mikey Garcia, which you're a 5-1 underdog, then your career is back where it needs to be. You know what I mean? And he says in this interview, after I beat Mikey Garcia, I could become a superstar. And that's true. Mikey Garcia has a built-in fan base, and he's a great boxer. So if he beats him, I think Broner's star power will grow. Vice versa, if Mikey beats Broner, his star power will grow. That's why I want to see the fight. But let me know what you guys think of Broner's all-out attack on Shawn Porter and saying he'll fuck Shawn Porter up. He'll fight him at 147. Like I said, first order of business. I know Porter from talking to him directly, and he's after Keith Thurman. So that makes the most sense, because Keith Thurman has 2 belts. So if Shawn Porter fights him, he'll probably make more money for that rematch, because the first fight was super competitive versus the Broner. First fight wasn't all that competitive, but Broner, he alludes to something was going wrong. He didn't really clarify, but he says, I'll not make that mistake again. But something happened, I guess, in training camp, and he's like, they know. So I don't know. He was speaking in tongues. I don't know what he was talking about, what happened, why he didn't look the same in that particular fight, but he did call Shawn Porter out. Again, business is business, so I don't know if Kenny and Shawn would take that offer when Keith Thurman might be on the table, and they're the #1 mandatory for Keith Thurman's WBC at least. So you'll make probably more money for that fight, because the first fight was super competitive. Plus, Thurman has 2 belts to his name versus Broner has a name, and arguably a bigger name than Keith Thurman, but he doesn't have the belt. So it kind of just depends on the logistics. But I wouldn't mind seeing the fight. The first fight was at a catchweight, and Broner didn't say nothing about a catchweight. He said, I'll fuck him up at 147. So if they can lock horns and they want to get it in, then I would definitely watch. Pause. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.